Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson. And in the Hot Zone today, we've got actor and singer John Schneider. We're going to speak to John today a little bit about his career, about playing the iconic role as Bo Duke in the 1980s hit television show, The Dukes of Hazzard, and about his new movies, Switched and Stand On It. All that and more. So stay tuned, because you're in the Hot Zone.
You can't drive to Austin, pick up 400 cases of Yeller Local, and have it all back here within 24 hours.
That was a movie, and in the movie, it was 28 hours.
Got yourself a deal.
Pilot, fill my thermos.
Let's haul ass.
And welcome back to the Hot Zone. We are joined by actor and singer John Schneider. Welcome to the Hot Zone, John.
Hey.
Tell us about Tyler Perry's The Has and the Have-Nots. It's a great show. Tell us about the show and why is it coming to an end? I'm like, no.
You know, it doesn't, I don't know why it's coming to an end. So I'm Jim Cryer. I'm a narcissistic, self-serving judge who believes everyone should do anything he says at all times. So it's really great. It's great fun. We've been on now for 8 years, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
And for some reason, we're still the #1 show on Tuesday nights.
Wow.
But for some reason, they decided, and by they, I mean, there's only 2 people involved in that decision-making process, and that's, I believe anyway, I think it's Tyler and Oprah. It's really hard to come up with a sure thing.
Okay, yeah.
And the haves and have-nots, as far as I can tell, is a sure thing. So why in the world they would let that go, I don't know. But as far as right now, me talking to you,
Right.
haves and have-nots is done. But we do have another year to show.
Yes, good.
Yeah. So there's a lot of delightfully inappropriate storylines coming your way.
So how much fun did you have playing the very mean Jim Cryer over the years?
It was great. You know, I could get out any aggression I ever had. Tyler would write the amazingly despicable scenes, and then I would put my own filth on them. And I would say to Tyler, I would say, man, you got problems. You write this guy. And he said, all I did was make suggestions.
Yeah.
You're playing him.
Yes.
You've got problems.
Yeah.
But bring them on. Bring them on. We film very fast, and it's very we have dialogue. Obviously, we have a script to follow. If we have a more despicable or more inappropriate way to say it, he would always encourage us to say it that way. You know, say things here you would never say outside of here. And we did, and so did he.
Well, you know what, John? I think you're going to have to speak to Tyler and Oprah and see if they can make sure that the show stays, because everybody loves it. And I know we have the last batch of episodes are beginning in May. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's great. Wait till you see what's coming.
Oh,
It's just great.
You are most known for playing Bo Duke in the iconic 1980s TV show, The Dukes of Hazzard. Man, great show. I love the show. Watched it all the time as a kid. How important was The Dukes of Hazzard for your career?
Dukes of Hazzard was very important to me, but in ways that people wouldn't really be aware of. When we did Dukes, we started in 1978, and we worked till 1985. Denver Pyle, who was my Uncle Jesse, both on the show and not on the show. He was the driving force in, I wouldn't say keeping me on the straight and narrow, but at least keeping me aware of where it was and how far I strayed from it.
Wow.
He was great.
He wasn't your real uncle in real life?
No, he was not.
Oh.
He was more my real uncle than my real uncle was.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now with all these television shows being rebooted today, is there any chance that the Dukes of Hazzard might be in store for a reboot? Any chance of that happening, John?
I think the closest you're going to get to it is our movie Stand On It.
Okay.
We also did a movie called Christmas Cars. where I deal with the car and the flag issue, and I say, you know, symbols don't hurt people; people hurt people. The Dukes of Hazzard has been so damaged by a politically correct and, dare I say, cancellation mentality,
Right.
that I don't think it could come back, because I am totally unapologetic. I don't believe in my life, in my world, that the flag on top of the General Lee is a racist symbol.
Right. I
If
just
it
want to
was-
ask you that, John, because
If it was, Uncle Jesse would have made us scratch it off with our teeth.
correct.
Right?
Correct. Right.
Dukes was such a wonderful unifying. I'm talking about entire families. I'm talking about black, white, yellow, blue, green. But because somebody somewhere who had nothing better to do than to call out, you know, that flag, you know, that's a racist show because of the flag on the car. Talk about what my grandma would say, throwing the baby out with the bathwater. To me, so that your viewers and listeners understand, to me, that flag has always meant rebellion against an oppressive society. People joining together, rebelling against an oppressive government or society or thought. There are people who will use that symbol as a symbol of hate.
True.
We have willfully given up more of our freedoms as United States citizens in the last calendar year than we gave up in the entire rest of our country's existence.
Right.
We've got to realize it. We've got to put on the brakes. Freedoms are easy to give up. They're very difficult to get back.
It's a tough thing. You got people that obviously they identify, you know, racist hate with the Confederate flag. So for some people, it does bother them, and they tie that in together, and that's how they feel. But,
well, then, you know, they and that's fine. But
you
know, I do have several sets of bed sheets in my chest of drawers, but that doesn't mean I'm a Klansman.
Right. Exactly. Well, so listen, let's talk about this now. So you are back. You got a brand new movie, okay? It's called Switch. To tell us about this movie and about the character that you play.
I'm very funny in Switch. I am the father of a influencer, an internet influencer who happens to have become famous by being that kind of nasty, hateful, beautiful girl.
Yeah, right.
So she plays pranks on people. Her success is all at the expense of other people. The least popular girl in school and the most popular girl in school switch bodies. It's like Freaky Friday. It's like that.
It's a magic trick, John. It's a magic trick.
Yeah, it's a magic trick. It's a very fun movie. I'm a dad who is, you'd think I'd be the dad saying, you know, honey, you need to be nicer to people. No, I'm saying, you gotta be mean. You gotta be, you know, look at the analytics.
Right.
The analytics are going down since you started to be nice. You gotta cut this nice stuff out.
Right. Okay.
So I'm that father. This movie Switched is a great conversation starter.
Okay.
So parents, if you suspect maybe one of your children is being bullied or might be a bully, watch the movie together. Make them sit down. Say, come on, we're going to have family night. We're going to watch this movie. I don't know what it is, but my Dukes of Hazzard guy is on it, so I want to watch it. Whatever excuse, my haves and have-nots guy is on it, so I want to watch it. Whatever reason you need to gather your family together, like we used to do always. We used to always watch the same thing at the same time.
Right.
Sit and watch this movie. It'll be a conversation starter. I promise.
Let me speak about Stand On It. Now, you did that movie with your wife. Is that true? So you work with your wife on this movie?
She produced this movie. She's produced all the movies we've done.
Okay.
But to give you a little background on her, we met when she hired me to be in a movie she was producing.
Oh, okay.
So she's from Louisiana, but she did her 20 years in Hollywood. She used to run Robert Evans' company at Paramount. Robert Evans did Chinatown, The Godfather, Harold and Maude, on and on and on. Robert Evans was a monstrous, wonderful producer. So we make these movies together now. We did Stand On It. That came out in December.
Okay.
It's our tribute to Smokey and the Bandit. In fact, I was going to go shoot. That's my hat for Stand On It.
Ah, there you go.
My red shirt like Burt wore in Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I'm dressed this way.
Okay.
And if it doesn't rain, I'm going to go shoot a couple of scenes in a boat. But if it does, I guess I'll go have another cup of coffee. Yeah.
Oh my God. So you have something called, what is it? Drive-in cinemas? What was it? What's the name of that?
Oh, the Save the Small Town drive-in tour. Yeah.
Yes.
We've been touring with our music. We
Okay.
show up at a drive-in,
Mm-hmm.
do a 90-minute show, and then show one of our movies. Usually stand on it because there's car shows involved and stuff.
Okay.
That's our way around the pandemic of 2020. One of the good things that happened is that a lot of drive-ins that had been closed
Yeah.
opened up again.
Okay.
Because it's outdoors and you're basically confined to your own car. So the restrictions, even in New York, I think the restrictions didn't apply to drive-ins.
Okay.
So my wife, who's so smart, said, "Well, let's go play drive-in." So we did.
Wow.
We even opened a drive-in here. We have a drive-in here called the Stars and Cars,
Stars.
and we're open every Friday and Saturday night.
Okay.
We encourage people to keep it local, buy local food, go to the farmer's market. If you've got a brewery and you drink beer, buy local beer. Support everything local, because one of the things we've learned, I think, throughout the last year and change, we really do need each other.
Yeah.
We really do need community.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get along without community, without joining together.
Right.
And when we do, we are stronger.
Yes.
So that's what we encourage with our music, with our movies, with our touring, with everything that we do. We encourage that kind of involvement.
Yes, Stars and Cars sounds like a great concept, and I'm glad that both of you came up with it because, like you said, it's community getting together, especially during this time of the pandemic, really coming together as one community, and just that's a great concept. Kudos to both of you guys for starting that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Before you go, I got 3 hot zone questions for you before you get out of here. Hot zone question number 1. Okay, now back in the 80s, there were a lot of great television shows on television with great cars as well. Which was the hotter car? The General Lee of Dukes of Hazzard or Kit in the Knight Rider?
Oh, it's General Lee without question.
Okay.
General Lee's when you see one, it represents a family that built their dream car.
Okay.
You know, Kit represents somebody got a hold of a Trans Am. Big deal.
You sure you're not a little biased, John? Okay. Hot zone question number 2. Who was the hottest character on TV in the 80s? Was it Daisy Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, or was it Chrissy Snow from Three's Company?
You know, I would have gone with Heather Thomas from, I think, Fall Guy. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I don't think there was anybody more beautiful than Catherine Bach than Daisy Duke.
Yes.
But Chrissy, that's a great combination because neither one of them knew that they were hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Neither of those. They were both kind of, even Chrissy, even with her, you know, her pigtails and everything, was still very much a tomboy.
Yes, true.
And I found that very attractive.
Right.
But
right.
out of those two, I'm going to have to go with Kathy, with Daisy Duke.
Hot zone question number 3. Who was the meanest character on TV, in your opinion? Jim Cryer on the Haves or the Have-Nots, or J.R. Ewing in Dallas? Who was mean?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Jim Cryer.
Okay.
Jim Cryer. Yeah. JR was largely greedy, you know, and he was all about money.
Yeah.
Jim Cryer enjoys hurting people. And you know, if there's money involved, then that's great.
Yeah, right.
But he really enjoys. There's a bad boy in Jim Cryer that wasn't in J.R. Ewing. So I'm going with Jim Cryer. I think he's the best. He's the best worst character on television ever.
I agree. Well, listen, and congratulations to you, John. It's been so much fun talking with you today. I am so looking forward to Switched and obviously Stand On It. Tell our viewers again where you can catch both of these new movies of yours.
Switched is everywhere you can rent a movie or buy a movie. You find it everywhere. Switched. Stand on it. You've got to go to johnschneiderstudios.com or go to cineflixdod.com. I'd appreciate it. Independent.
Yes.
Remember, if you want to have a wonderful time with your kids and have something to talk about after, watch Switched. You will not be sorry.
Okay, well, we're definitely going to be on the lookout for that. And of course, Stars for Cars, right?
Stars and Cars, and the Haves and Have-Nots is coming back on Tuesday, so check it out.
Violet, fill my thermos. Let's haul ass.
Got the one and only Frosty, the you-know-what here, Duke boy.
Come on, son. We're burning daylight. We got to get back, win the bet, collect the money. So stand on it, son.
Get you run a red light in my town.
He is very good.
You are really bad.
Hey, everybody, this is John Schneider, and I am in the Hot Zone.